Although we used the Eiffel Tower as the thumbnail image for this video, it would be too obvious to include. Rather, I'm going to go over some things you might not have thought of. Like the Eiffel Tower, however, these are all things that get more hype than is reasonably justifiable. I'm Mike with List 25, and from the simple life to finding the one, here are 25 things that people romanticize way too much. #25. Romeo and Juliet. It's not a romance. It's the story of two selfish and irresponsible kids. #24. Making video games. Playing video games might be fun, but making video games is a completely different ballpark. You have a manager, deadlines, it can be quite boring, and people will roast you if the game isn't up to expectations. #23. The simple life. Dreaming about living a life sans water or electricity can seem romantic and simple, but when you come from the third world, the whole romance/simplicity thing just doesn't make sense. Also, farming is much harder than whatever you're doing right now. #22. Victorian England. They certainly weren't very clean, and they definitely weren't prudes. The streets were full of excrement, children worked in mines, and most of the clothes contained toxic dyes. Not really a very romantic time to be alive. #21. War. It's actually not that much fun. Besides, what's it even good for? #20. Jealousy. It doesn't prove your love. It destroys your relationship. #19. Pirates. They were quite literally the terrorists of their day. Imagine having a terrorist ride at Disney World. #18. Depression. Staring out the window into the rain doesn't make you attractive, edgy, or cool, and it definitely doesn't make you Batman. Depression is terrible, and romanticizing it downplays the real effects it has on people. #17. The past. No, life wasn't better 200 years ago, or 50 years ago, or even 10 years ago. The number of advances society has made almost every year are astounding. We live in the safest, most advanced, and most comfortable era of human history. #16. Stalking. It's definitely not cute. Look, being patient with regards to a potential love interest is very different from active pursuit. Furthermore, active pursuit isn't necessarily a bad thing either, but there is definitely a line between pursuing somebody and stalking somebody. #15. People who have died. It seems that when somebody dies, we only remember the good stuff. As they say, condolences aren't for the dead, they're for the living. #14. Mental illness. Just because you're bipolar, it doesn't mean you're some kind of genius. #13. Smoking. Yes, there are people out there who still romanticize this, unfortunately. #12. Love. Hollywood and Bollywood are definitely guilty of this. Love isn't something that happens to you. It's something you work at. 11. The Roaring Twenties. We seem to forget that they led directly into the Great Depression. 10. Che Guevara. He was a rapist, murderer, and sociopath. And these are just the things he said about himself. 9. Marriage. This is similar to love. Marriage takes work. It's not like the two of you are always going to enjoy spending time with each other. 8. Vikings. Something along the lines of pirates. They pillaged, killed, and murdered. 7. Brokenness. Having a lot of baggage or a rough past is not something to emulate. People kill themselves because of this stuff. 6. Diamonds. Due to a successful advertising campaign in the mid-20th century, people now believe that diamonds are rare and valuable, neither of which is actually true. In both historical and geological terms, diamonds are relatively worthless. 5. Westerns. Unless genocide is your thing, Manifest Destiny probably shouldn't be romanticized. 4. Mobsters. Once again, it's quite common for the mafia and gangs to be romanticized in movies and TV shows. The reality, however, is far from it. 3. Finding the one. Here's a newsflash. There isn't one. Even if there were 1 in a million, there would still be 7,000 of them out there. 2. Fistfights. Usually only people who haven't been hit in the face romanticize this. 1. Romanticizing. That's right, romanticizing is itself romanticized. We really shouldn't be romanticizing things, people, or eras at all. While the grass usually looks greener on the other side, when you take a closer look, you'll see all the dog poop that eluded your gaze from afar. Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button in the top right corner so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these 2 videos here, or just head to our website at list25.com.